Yields back. Purpose does the gentlewoman from the Virgin Islands seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to address the House for 1 minute and to revise or extend my remarks.
Without objection, the gentlewoman is recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, sir. Every year during the month of March, we celebrate the contributions to events in history and modern society by women. We call it Women's History Month. But in my district in the U.S. Virgin Islands, the month of March is also commemorated as Virgin Islands History Month. So in keeping with both customs, I would like to take time to recognize a few Virgin Islanders who have broken the glass ceiling for women in the upper echelons of law in the territory and indeed the United States, and inspired generations of young women to do the same. The Honorable Eileen Ramona Peterson, who became the first female judge in the U.S. Virgin Islands in 1971, the Honorable Jada Finchine, who later became the first female sworn in as Attorney General of the Virgin Islands, and the Honorable Wilma Lewis, who among a long list of noteworthy accomplishments was the first African-American woman to serve as Inspector General to the U.S. Department of Interior and later as the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. Judge Lewis currently serves as the Chief Judge of the District Court of the Virgin Islands. Our fight for law and justice and equality comes from our history, and that fight has often been led by women such as Queen Mary Thomas, who along with 3 other women led a revolt in the streets of St. Croix to protest unfair labor wages and deplorable working conditions in 1878. Mr. Speaker, I want to recognize that these women, and because of their work and their contributions, have allowed many Virgin Islands women to ascend through the glass ceiling. Their contributions made it possible for a young girl from the Virgin Islands, myself, to become a New York Assistant District Attorney, be at the Justice Department, and later serve as the 5th delegate to Congress from the U.S. Virgin Islands. To that end, Mr. Speaker, it troubles me to see the political gamemanship that is delaying the confirmation of Loretta Lynch as the next Attorney General of the United States. By all accounts, she is highly qualified and regarded and would make a great Attorney General. I am urging my colleagues in the Senate chamber to bring Ms. Lynch's confirmation to a vote. Place your objections on the record. Thank you very much for your time, and I yield the balance of my time back.
Gentlelady yields back. Under the Speaker's announced policy of January 6, 2015, the Chair recognizes a gentleman from Texas, Mr. Gohmert, for 30 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.